All right, my name is Shridhar. I'm super excited today to talk about Flyfish, ready to boost your e-commerce sales. But what is Flyfish and what is multimodal search? So I just want to peel the layers one by one for you. Let me just jump straight in. Now, multimodal search is about offering camera search, image search, voice search, multilingual search, and of course your traditional good old text search all together in one single platform is what Flyfish offers as the very first layer. And today, brands are experiencing nearly 30% surge in their digital commerce revenue using multimodal AI search. Now let's see how that works. Now meet Tanya. She is an associate architect, and she says, I'm a visual person. I usually search with images, and let's see how that pans out. She's heavily on Insta, and then she looks at an image, she loves it, and then she uploads it, and then says, get me a similar look. And Flyfish processes that image, identifies all the objects in that image, and goes into your catalog and looks at your product catalog and then figures out what products really match with that look that Tanya is experiencing or expecting at that point of time and presents those products to her. And that is image search. Now, she could also actually go to a conference, she saw something, or a store window, there's a mannequin, she loves the look. She actually clicks a picture and uploads, and that's the camera search, and both work similarly. Now, that's what image search is all about, and let's move to voice search. Meet Ron. He's a marketing analyst, and he says, I'm always on the go, and I use voice search. Now, let's see how that works.
Hey, I am looking for some cool headphones.
Sure, here are some options for you.
So you can actually deploy voice search on your website or on your digital commerce platform and say somebody could actually use voice and search for products, and then Flyfish processes that voice and finds the right products from your catalog and presents them. That's the voice search. And now let's move on to the next one, which is multilingual search. And here, Anita, she's a software engineer. She says that I prefer to shop in my own language. Let's see how that works.
क्या आपके पास कोई नाइट क्रीम है जो वाइट पैचेस के लिए अच्छी हो?
That's multilingual. That means any language your customers could be speaking. Flyfish understands and processes that language and goes back into your catalog, fetches the right products, in this case, night cream for white patches, and presents it to Anita and customers like her. Now, let's move on, and this is the final one where here we are talking about general text search, and she's an F&B manager, and she says, okay, I use text search, but my queries are complex. That means you could, of course, you could use your keywords, one or two keywords, but also you can actually put in an entirely complex query and search by that. Let's try that. She's saying, got any ideas for simple necklaces for my mom to match with a blue top? She's 60 and I'm looking for a Mother's Day gift, right? That's a lot going on in one query, right? She's looking for a gift, and she's also looking for a Mother's Day is the event, and then also she's saying, it has to match with her mother's blue top, and she's saying mother is 60, and she's saying simple necklaces, right? That's a lot going on, and still Flyfish can actually identify all the elements in that query and then actually go into your catalog and search for the right products, fetch the right products, and present those products to the customer. So that's the multimodal AI search. So how do all these pieces fit together, right? What we call the fully loaded search. That means your search, your gateway for your customers, right? So they come in there, they experience your product catalog mostly through search. They have an intent, especially when they have an intent. That means they're looking for something, not just browsing or not just window shopping. they have that intent, and that's very important, and then we need to capitalize on that, and with a fully loaded search, we can actually provide image search, camera search, we can provide voice search, multilingual and text search, all together in single platform with all features powerful, right? So that's what Flyfish does. But you could have another, a question might pop up. Should I really care? Do I need to bother about this? Yes, you do, because Google is saying visuals today are more important for customers than filters and keywords. And Gartner has put out a study very recently saying there's a 30% surge in e-commerce revenue if you actually deploy visual and voice search. And 51% of the youngsters are using voice to discover products. And they're on the mobile, and then they're just using voice, saying that, find me earrings, or find me gold earrings under $100 or something like that, right? So that's what people are doing. And then, of course, 72% apparently are actually looking for information in their own native language. And that's what Harvard Business Review is saying. So that's very important. Now, there's another question that might pop up in your mind saying that, hey, my catalog is somewhat a little messy, but does this work for me? Okay, now let's go to the second layer of Flyfish, and that is AI catalog curation. So what we do is that we can actually fix your catalog up front and bring it all together. You don't need to do it, but of course, if you need it, we can do it for you. And but of course, you can also do it dynamically whenever you add new products, as you go along. Now let's see how that works. We ingest your products, and then we sort of sanitize the entire data and process the images in your catalog and find and detect all the objects automatically in those products and determine what product types are those, and also clearly identify the product attributes for every product. This is what is AI Catalog Curator is. You can do it in one go up front, but then of course dynamically for the delta products that you're going to add later. Now this is a sample output. So in this image, we've uploaded, it's identified the jacket, the dress, the purse, and the eyewear, the glasses, and not just the products, but also the attributes. For example, the length and the structure of the garment, or the pattern of the garment, the colors, everything, right? So this is what the AI Catalog Curator does, and that's part of Flyfish, and that's the second layer of Flyfish, so that we're here to sort of help you embrace new tech and thereby increase your e-commerce experience and sales. Now that's the second layer, and of course, this AI Curator not only helps you do the image search, but also product recommendations, but finally, eventually, by the way people are uploading those images, you can actually forecast demand for new products that are emerging. And that's a bonus for you later as people come to your platform and use a lot of images to search, and you'll know what they're searching for. And thereby, you can actually influence your product design and development and shipping. So that's the second layer, but is there something else? So we're looking at what is next for e-commerce. That is guided selling. Now, we are part of this report that Gartner has put out, is coming up with for guided selling, and we do this with an AI shopping assistant. Now, how does that work? Now, here is a quick example. Let me show it here. So the simple query: somebody comes to your website. Let's say you're a fashion or a multi-brand fashion store, and somebody says that, hey, I'm looking for a bohemian chic look. There's just 2-3 words. What does it actually mean? Flyfish understands that as a fashion intent, and bohemian is a style, and goes back into your catalog and looks around and pieces together all the products to create that bohemian look with the clothing, the footwear, the accessories, the jewelry, the makeup, everything. All of it comes together, this is what is guided selling is all about. It doesn't need to be in a multi-product, multi-brand, multi-category store, but even within yours, let's say you're doing jewelry, and then you say, hey, I'm looking for an event. It's my friend's haldi, and suggest something. So it can actually suggest a whole bunch of products, not just one product. And of course, people have the opportunity to sell an entire look or individual products out of that. So that's the third layer of Flyfish, which is guided selling. And we can extend this guided selling to all the channels, right? Your web, your mobile, your Instagram, your WhatsApp, whatnot, right? And also, we are integrated with a lot of e-commerce engines. Of course, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, all these engines. So we are pre-integrated, so we can simply connect to your e-commerce engine and provide this incredible capability upfront on your website. Now, as I was saying, we are also recognized by Gartner in the recently put out report called Digital Commerce, and there's another report that's coming up in guided selling, and we are also one of the key players in that space. So if there's one investment that you must make, it has to be multimodal search, because that is super critical, because your customer profile is changing, the way they're looking at products is changing, the way they're looking at interaction is changing, they're using images, they're using voice, they're using multilingual inputs, they're using text, not just general 2-3 word keyword searches, which we anyway can do, but also they're using complex queries. All of it is powered by Flyfish AI engine. Now, we are present globally across 8 different cities. In India, we are in Mumbai, Bangalore, and Gurgaon. We're just a call away. Just drop an email, hi@flyfish.ai, and my team will reach out to you, set up a meeting, give you a quick product walkthrough so that you can actually experience the real power of this and how it could work in your instance. And also similarly, right now, we have right outside this door, there's a stall that we are presenting, and you could just drop by and speak with us, and we'd be happy to set up a time or show you the product walkthroughs. Thank you so much. If there is time, I can actually take a couple of questions. I have 2 minutes, 45 seconds, so yeah, please. No, they're doing different stuff.
No, I'm not here to compete. But
they're video commerce.
I was just curious to know one thing. So you mentioned that if someone puts just a question out there, so let's say I want to get a Viking look or a Bohemian look, right? So where do you put that, and is that on the brand's website, or do you have a separate dashboard for it? No. I was just curious to know that.
On the brand's website. So your web, we are just a tech that is powering you. We are not consumer brand. So we are actually sitting on top of your asset, your brand's digital commerce site or your e-commerce site, and we're powering this for you. Nobody needs to know about us. Only your customers come there, just click on the image search or voice search or whatever and experience this.
So if I'm a customer and let's say I go to a website, so how do I know that this tool particularly exists there? How do I even know
there'll be, on the search bar, there could be icons which are, there are multiple ways of actually manifesting it. On the search, one of the ways is today on the search bar, you have enter button. There you have a mic. When they press on the mic, our engine kicks in and then helps them, do the entire search the way it generally happens. Or if there's an image icon, they click on the image icon, upload an image, or just put an URL, whatever, and then that's how it works. And if they want a guided selling, which is like a personal assistant, like a shopping assistant, that can be a separate icon also on multiple ways of manifesting it.
Awesome, thank you.
One question that I do have about, and a follow-up on the, give me the Bohemian look. At the end of the day, it depends on the metadata that your customer has actually put in, right? If they haven't tagged something as Bohemian, you can't say that, well, we actually happen to know that we can put together a Bohemian look because all these things are Bohemian, whether you have tagged them that way or not.
Oh, it's not about tagging. So that's a very, very, very good question. I'm glad that you asked. So it's about having a fashion model which we have built over a period of time, and of course, various other domains as well, and that understands the styles, and what kind of styles would suit. For example, let's say in Bohemian, there is a floral pattern that, it requires a floral pattern, or it requires some kind of a flowy garments, or it requires some kind of funky jewelry. Then it look for those products irrespective of what they are tagged in. They don't need to be tagged in Bohemian. No, that's manual, that's old tech, that's previous world, and that's why it fails. But if, for example, if I use instead of Bohemian, I say, get me a urban edgy look. And then I have to go and quickly put all the tags. So it's like an endless experience or exercise. It is just too cumbersome and manual.
Thank you, Shridhar.
Thank you, everyone.